I look out across the water, I smell the song and feel the breeze, but in my heart I hear the calling of my old home, Tennessee. We don't know where these rivers flow, or why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise.
Oh, dang it. Okay, team, sorry about that. I don't know how far we got, to be honest with you, without the camera dying. But I'll reiterate what I was saying previously. Boom skis. Oops.
Hey.
How are you for lengthwise? Because I got to come to me. Oi! Probably want to go back to you a bit, just so we've got. Oh, that looks alright, eh?
Yeah.
Sweet. So just jump up here. Just put your feet on it like this, and I'll bonk it.
Where do you want to go?
Just start over here, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. We'll just work our way along. Yeah, that's it. There we go. All good? That's it.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Pretty good.
Looking good, eh? So to hold the strand floor down, we're just using some 65mm angular groove galvanized nails. I'm nailing them at 200s through the joist line and 150s around the perimeter. When we're laying it, I always leave the nail about 100mm away from the edge of the join that we're meeting into, so it's not pushing this sheet, pinching this sheet hard down to the joist, so it makes it a little bit easier for us to get this in, the next sheet in, using any sort of construction adhesive, to be honest with you. And it's actually sometimes easier have a big hit to connect these, try and push the sheet joints together. Now I just had to go through and mark my joist line so I knew exactly where to nail. Just having the nails on if you do go nailing it, you can nail or screw this, but if you nail it, always angle the nails on a slight angle. That will stop any future squeaks pretty much. You can glue that if you like, but no, it doesn't really need it. On my sheet edges right here, or sheet joins, I just come 50mm off, and I'm alternating angles on each joist, just so it really pinches it down. Beautiful. Yep, just gotta hit it this way slightly. Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So whenever you're gluing, you want to glue the floor down. I recommend using glue. It makes it harder for the other person to get off. And these these sheets are coming in like 3/6 by 1200 strand floor. It's like it's a laminated chip that all sort of interweaves each other and gets compressed, and about 19mm thick, tongue and groove, which is mean. If you are going to install this flooring without any tongue and groove, you will need to add additional nogging around the perimeter of the sheet itself for fixing points. Yeah, that's about it. We're going to start freaking hitting some framing now, I guess, eh? So 4.8s, bro. Well, we can probably cut 4, but we'll cut this one 4.8. Got our top and bottom plates cut for both our end walls, not our in-plane walls on each side, but our front and backs. You want to make sure that you're choosing the straightest pieces of timber you can, because it makes it easier for us to stand and straighten when we need to. Now we're going to go through and mark out sort of our window openings and our door opening, especially for that one, because I'm going to focus on that big wall top of that. Once we've sort of got that big one in place. So I'm just using the measurements that I took before the whole cabin came down and relayed them onto this bottom plate right here. And then I'm marking my studs out at 600 centers from the outside of my framing. That way I can get all my sheets on the external side to line up really nicely. And then I'm also trying to keep ahead and give cam measurements in order for us to smash this out as fast as possible. I'm starting to build our raking walls that run in line with our roof plane pretty much. Now, this was a little bit, I've already actually built one, just because I want to know exactly how to do it. But pretty much our process was, because we've still got our frame that we built originally, that's nice and square, we can actually use that to our advantage to build this. Use that as a square. And then what we can do as well, we know because of my measurements that I've already taken down before we pulled the cabin down, that this stud and what that stud and this stud are with the frame that we've already built, which is really cool. So we get those two in position, and then of course our top plate is just going to be whatever that measurement is between these 2 points here. You can calculate it using the Pythagoras theorem, the roof pitch, which is about 5 degrees. But that's pretty much how we did it. The cool thing about that is now that we've built this in position, we're actually able to move the frame backwards and forwards to suit where we want our studs. And what I mean by that is this wall here actually fits in between the 2 end walls that we've just built, which means we've pushed it off the edge of this wall and in 90mm, and then that way when it butts into it, which is really cool because then we can use the frame beneath it for our stud lines like this. That makes it really easy to measure and get that nice and straight. The one thing I would say is just to keep that bottom plate straight as possible. So yeah, what I was saying is, now that we've got all our studs that we can get in place, I can actually go through and get the measurement to studs that are going to frame my window out. So 280. So I've already done it over here. We want to parallel off like that, not on the plane, but on the parallel like that. 280, and that will give us a measurement now. I'm just going to hook over, and I got 69, 2469. 2469, and then we've got a minus 45 off that, so 2425, 2424. The same here. Long point 2256. Sweet, yeah. 2256 long point, 2256 long point, and 2424 long point. Cool. 1965. Yeah. Oh yeah, good man. Mean, yeah. I'll get these nogs on there and just shut up. Alright, it's time. Oh, shucks. We'll just slide it down, it's alright.
It is time! Fuck, how well do you reckon this bush is planted in the ground?
Well enough. Oops. Oh. Sweet. Or do you want to just drill it and then lift feed it through? Should we get it right in the banging spot, eh? Yeah. You're such a knob. Just in case, eh?
That's it, man.
Last thing we want to do is have to run another freaking full 6mm cable all the way across. Yeah, but it's better to just feed it to get it like...
Yeah.
Cool. So now we've got all our external corners sort of nailed and clamped together. We want to make sure that our bottom plates are in the right spot so we can go through and straighten those off now, which it looks like the flooring's overhanging this part slightly by a couple of mil. But we're good in each other corner, so I think we're just going to hit it right there. And then I'm just going to use I'm actually going to laser eye this, to be honest with you. Wants to come out slightly here. And then... Hey, we want to laser eye. Oh, that's freaking pretty mint, bro. 2 nails on all our joists. Look at our load all going down right onto all our other joists. That's cool. Sweet.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, you can pull that brace off if you want. Pull this angle brace off now. We don't really need that. So these side ones, you only can do a nail through the edge because there's not a double.
Right.
Cool, so we've got all our bottom plates nailed off. External corners all sorted. Now we need to make sure that we get our top plates or all our corners nice and plumb. So I got the laser there, but I could use the straight edge and a level. All right, Mr. Tall Guy. Hey, this guy. Oh, is that a little bit? Oh, that's right. What's wrong with that?
Bro, your nail gun sucks.
What's happening, bro? It's fine. Nah, well, I've got a brace here and then a brace in this corner too. Sweet, bro. Tax, that's what we want, man. Yeah, take a handy off it or something. The braces are going to do is going to really strengthen the top and bottom plates. We've got to... Oh, I mean, look at that. That's just freaking perfect right there. Stoked. Oh, you're a goober. What's that? You want to be a little bit lower than just a little bit lower than the top plate. Sweet, I'll grab the nail gun and I'll tell you in or out, okay? Oh, we're straight as right there. Bro, go freaking shoot the damn thing. Sweet.
Alright, that was lucky, bro.
Right, that's solid. That's nice and straight too. You're a freaking noob, bro. You're a little noob. I'm just gonna come over here in the shade, okay? Right, we're just about to get to the roof, man. We're so close. Oh, that's so straight. Hold on, let me just see the levelness. Oh, it must have been the way we built these frames. Oh my God, go. Shoot the damn thing. Tack. Oh, this one's a little bit out. Wants to come to me.
Wants to go to you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to go a bit more. We'll have to, should we just give it a good rack? Hold on a second. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Okay, too much now, let it off. Oh. Bro, that's perfect right there. No way I trust you, bro. All right, you're the screw master, bro, not the nail master. Oh yeah, that's stunning. Oh yeah, bro, that's pretty freaking fire, bro. What's that, Ken?
A bit.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this way. So from the bottom plate to the top plate, you just tell me when. Yeah?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. Perfect, bro. Bang
Sweet. Can you go check that other corner just in case?
It's pretty good, bro.
Yeah, sweet.
More out. Out. Yeah, that's it. Right there.
There?
Okay, can it look good?
Do you want to slide? Can you go past me some of those actually?
Yeah, bro.
Is that the one with the meshes on it?
Nah, do you want that one first?
Yeah, can you see, bro? Can you see? That's enough, bro. It's alright. Oh, bro. I just thought, you know, we've got this freaking epic. Don't worry, I got my own nail gun. You think this is?
Bro, I'm doing the knob.
You think I'm gonna freaking steal your nail gun? Doubt it. Yeah. Alright, we just built a whole cabin in a day, Dave. We're just about to put the roof on. Oh, the whole floor, the walls, the rafter, the roof. Alright, we smashed it today. Oh, I just threw the string line in there. Ah! Like distance, backwards and forwards. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to think right now. I think we're gonna have to come up to about here. That's good as place as any, really, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I just hit that little screw there. It's hard to know how much it overlapped by, eh? Because we're using the existing roofing iron, I'm able to line up the screws with the previous holes. Sometimes the main thing is to actually have the fascias on first and then run a string line between the fascias. Want at least a 60mm overhang past the front face of the fascia on the back here in order for us to get adequate overhang. Hey, Gabby boy!
I'm so happy.
Same. Another tip is always walk on the purlins where you can. That's going to avoid any dings in the little dents in the... There we go, look at that. Boom skis. Woo! We're back on site this morning. Far out, stoked with the progress so far. 1 day to build. Didn't have any foundation work. We didn't have to recut any of the rafters or anything like that, but far out. We smashed it yesterday. Okay, our first mission is to straighten this top plate up through here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's quite in and out. I forgot to straighten it yesterday when I was installing all these rafter fixings through here. What I was gonna do is I was gonna fix all those points off and then come over to here and fix this point off over here because I've already got the back nice and straight. That's okay. We're just gonna have to come through and take some of our rafter fixings off or set up a dodgy block and then run it nice and straight. Look at that top plate split quite a bit, eh? We'll get set up, get this sorted, and then we'll be into doing some wrap pretty much. We don't really need to put any lintel fixings on or anything like that because we've got, because we're using ply. Ply is gonna hold the whole building together pretty much if we do it correctly. Should I put my apron on, bro? Are you gonna cut a couple of those? Yes, you are. Bro, are you excited? You excited to freaking clad this today?
It's done by smoker.
No, I gotta say, the gang. It's all right on your side. It'd be hard for me to tighten if I whack my nail around.
Just like that.
That's it.
Good start.
Okay. See how far out it is. Feel like it kicks quite a bit right here. Eh? What's your one look? Oh, you need a dodgy block, eh?
Is it all day?
Far out. Serious?
One screw.
Oh, it's good there. Yeah, I might screw this one because this is good. It was just weird how like it's quite hectic through this point, hey? What's happening is we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not really, we can work around it, but ideally we want to go and put all the fascias on now and then stick the soffites in. In a situation like this, it's a little bit funny. I want to put the cladding up first and then the soffit in, just so if any rain comes in at this point here, technically we sort of need a back flashing, but I don't think in this situation it's going to be necessary, especially if our cladding's going up past the soffit. But along the back side, we sort of want to put the soffit in first before the cladding goes in. But it's just one of those things that we're sort of working backwards, especially along the side through here. We want the cladding up before the soffit, before the fascia goes on, because it sits on it. So we're going to try our best to work around those little bits and pieces. I think the best bet for now is just to keep the fascias off. And then we can go through and just taper it out, start putting our battens on, get everything ready to rock and roll for cladding. That's all fixed off, that looks pretty mint. Everything's nice and straight now. I think we can start bloody papering. What do you reckon? Paper or... Oh man, dry stud. You're such a dry stud.
It's a wrap.
See?
Dry stud.
Oh, should we go through and actually maybe, this is your chisel, but maybe we pull off some of these old paper clips. Just
What the fuck have you done to it?
nothing, I didn't do anything.
Like shark teeth, mate.
Fuck, like you freaking gave it to me like that. I just made it a big shark. Make your work look tidy as well. We've got cavity on the sides and the back, but this front face I'm doing direct fist detail because the deck has already been built up and around all of this. And we still want to get our clearance between our cladding and the deck of about 12 mil. So in order for us to complete the direct fix details, we need to put a sill tray in through here, which unfortunately I don't have, so I'm going to create my own little detail here and do a small little rebate through here. Just going to take 5 mil out of the flooring, and that way when I put my tape in and around through here, it's going to create its own little sort of sill support system or sill flashing, if that makes sense. So if any water does get in there, it's just going to sit and then come on an angle out. So let's try and do this. I think I'm going to use a combination of mind power and audacity. Oh, go 2 mil. Go 2 mil. Yeah, I reckon. So there you go, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but bit of a 5 mil drop down, slight angle, that's where the tongue was, but it kind of created quite a cool look. So if any water ever sort of gets in through this point, there's a direct fixed detail that comes down through. This is not that absolute right way to do it. You sort of want to have flashing in place, but for what we've got, I think this is going to do the job just nicely.
Oh well, whatever.
So we're sort of really just relying on the flashing tape to stop any water getting through, and we've got building paper under there. That's why ideally we would have a steel flashing in there, but this is going to do just fine for sure. Like that's never going to leak, to be honest with you. Now we'll move our way over to this window. Start by putting these little, oh, there's probably what fell over.
So, where am I
Got to put some window tape or flashing tape around the windows. It's really to protect these these corners here where the timber's exposed. There's a couple of options. I've just put a piece of flashing tape about 50 mil wide that sits up into around the corner and pushed into the corner like this. Or you can use this thing called an orange corner that sits right in there. But measure up 200. We want a 200 mil up stand is about standard. 150 minimum. Bro, this wasn't sticky like 2 seconds ago and I just had it sat in the sun. Sticky as now. Try and keep it nice and tight in the corners. So for the bottom, we want to run all the way along the bottom of the sill, right the way. Keeping it flush with the inside of the frame. All this stuff is really just to protect the timber from any water that may get in. I know it's super extreme, but now when you're doing this, you just want to be thinking about which way the water wants going. So you always start with the flashing at the bottom and then work your way up. So they sit on top of each other. Probably the big one. Like this, started with the bottom one, this one sits over the top so the water can run out. And again, another one of those little 50 mil, or you just hang it past the corner slightly and then wrap it in like that. Again, we've got a 200 mil up stand. Same thing here, 200, 200. Don't have to run all the way across the top. Beautiful. We're ready for windows. So you can sort of see our cavity system coming into play now. Pretty cool. We just put our top batten on. That's going to give us a height. We're not super strict on trying to get things perfect. What we are doing with lengthwise, but what we are doing is we are planing down the corners because we have a flashing that sits over the top of the batten to protect the corner. And we want to try and keep all our cladding as flush as possible. So we're mitigating that in the batten and it's just perfect. Look at that. We're also taking just a bit of a hit out the back of this here to allow for our cavity closer or our vermin strip pack out. Again, just using those 65 mil angular groove nails. I'm going to structurally fix these battens on so it's at 300 centers, but I actually stagger. I don't go down the center line because that's where our cladding is going to be fixed to. Alright, it's time to stick these windows in. We've pretty much smashed out most of the cavity. You can see these little battens that we've put in between. Because we're putting ply on the top of these battens, we need a place to actually fix the center of our, between the studs I should say. It needs fixing points. So now we're going to go through, we're going to put this window in over here, which is on our direct fix detail. So we've had to throw battens on. I've got about a 5 mil gap through here. It should be a little bit bigger, but that should be fine. And it sits down through here and then a little gap at the bottom. So if any water does penetrate in and around, it's going to come through that gap and come down and out, which is pretty cool. And our cladding obviously comes all the way over this front face and hangs past here by 10 mil. So yeah, that's pretty much the direct fix detail without the sill flashing. Let's do it, eh?
screen?
Yeah, I gotta unlock it. Cool. So we'll just check it in for now because we need to get the fly behind it. Very good. Pretty happy with that. Okay, let's hit this other window, eh? Bro, so all ready to rock and roll. So this one's a little bit funky again. We have to sort of make things up on the fly. The reason being is the head flashing that's come off the building is a direct fix one. So we sort of have to make that same detail up here, which means I gotta pack a batten on flat like this, because that's the way it's detailed. And then we've got another batten that's got a nice 45 ripped on that, which we're gonna stick slightly higher, like this. I reckon about here. Bit of a gap between, maybe a little bit lower, 10 mil. That means when we put the window in, we have somewhere to fix the head flashing to, and then we can actually tape over the top of this. A little bit awkward, but it is the way it is. But working with what we've got, Cam. Right, this is off. I feel like I'm always moving backwards. Oh,
You got that?
Yep. Do you want to just make it look almost like 12-ish mil off? No, we're like, my measurement's wrong. 45 mil. Well, it's going to be easier here. It's going to be easier to pack the top up. So I'll come around and pull it out. We just made a boo-boo. We've framed that window 45 mil too big.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, I gave Cam all the measurements for the studs and stuff, but all good. I'll go back over here, eh? Your turn, is it?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll fix this. Yeah, we need to bring the bottom up, which is a shame. We have to pull those battens off, but it should be all right.
Shit, hey.
So there's yours hanging, or is it stuck? Hold on, I gotta try it again, eh? That's it. That's the one. Good. I reckon about there. Ish, eh? Oh, that's just perfect. Yeah, perfect. You can, if you want to cut that a little bit, and then just make sure hard down on that. That's it.
Oh, that's the reason that you put the...
Sweet, so yeah, this is the Dynaflash system for the corners, and it's got this little rubber piece that protrudes past the actual flashing itself. It's flexible flashing, and any water that penetrates through the corner will stop through there. I've just stapled it on every 600 or so. Look at that though. I think that's gonna work well. Cladding time. Alright, we've got the hoodie on today. That seems a little bit weird. We're back on site for day 4 of the cabin rebuild, day 3 of construction, and we're freaking going to continue smashing out this cladding. We've orientated the sheets in such a way on this wall so we're not using full sheets all the way through it, and we can save on a full sheet because these are like $200 each. We're using a, it's almost like a shadow clad, but it's not. It's a utility clad or something like that it's called. It's a H3.2 treatment CCA instead of H3.1 LSOP, which was causing the smells previously. So we just got rid of that altogether. And we're just going to make our way through this point. Now the electrician's coming in this morning. After all that labeling of the cables and stuff like that, I decided it's probably best if I get a freaking professional to do it. But we've gone through and we've put all our flush boxes back in place, and I've actually marked out where all our external lights and switches and power points need to be. So it makes his job a lot easier. And we've also put the switchboard back in. He's going to show up shortly. But yeah, let's just rip into it. Again, got to try and keep ahead of Cam, so got to make sure I nail this joint off before he comes through. This is us, David.
Richie.
Richie, nice to meet you, mate. So, look, we've got all your flush boxes in the right spot. Legit, 60 mil nails. Seems like an overkill, eh?
It's got it, eh?
I want it though, I guess, eh?
Oh, that bottom needs to go up.
I need to get up there with my pin gun, don't I? Doing the same thing.
Do we need
I need to go up.
That's it.
Happy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
Wait.
I'll just get the pin in the top here.
Yeah, it's that middle again, bro, eh? Bloody glorious. I guess that looks pretty good, eh?
Yeah, that's probably more important.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got the two sides and the front face on cladding. Now we want to go through and we want to go put all our fascias on. It's a little bit backward, but it's the way we want to do it. And then we can, yeah, go through. So we've got to straighten our rafter tails, rafter ends through here. Should have done it before the roof went on, but hey, just using my planer. Happy?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 4860, oh, it's 4861, but might go 4862 plus 36. So the way we're doing it is we're just getting our ruler, sitting it on the bottom of the rafter, sliding it in to our groove. So that groove supports our soffit that's going in there. And if we were up too high, then it makes it very difficult for us to get our soffit in because the rafter's too low. Oh mate, pin the damn thing. Ah, got it. Sweet. So I always prime the ends. Then we're using just a bit of glue to keep the joint from opening up over time. And a cool little trick, if you're nailing close to the edge here, just grab your nail, flip it over, splits the fibers of the timber and it won't split all the way through now. If you don't have a pre-drill handy, nice, that's what we're talking about. It's what we call a splice cut. It's got two different angles. It's got a 45 joining here, and then it's also following the roof plane along this way to make sure that we've got a nice plumb cut. Alright guys, they're coming through and putting in this last bit of fascia on the back side here. Now when we laid our purlins, you may have heard that! Half Moon Harry over there! When we laid our purlins, we had to go with the existing roof sheeting, the roofing iron. But what's that done is that's actually left a big gap between my fascia and the roofing here. So I'm actually adding another piece in, just so no Tweety birds can actually get in that area and frickin' start nesting up into the soffit and into the roof area. So.
So now it looks like a full moon. Way better.
Way better like that, eh? Rather a full moon than a half moon.
That's exactly right.
Ah, yeah, Cammy boy,
Yeah, bro.
can you bring that little step ladder around? Wait, it's not quite right height. That went in, eh?
That's it, bro.
Sweet, perfect. Good. Funny. Alright team, time for box corners. Just got my little jig here with the bits of timber that we're using to create the box corner. Just using ruler to scribe the top or the fascia line. Then I'm gonna put a little mark here. And that's gonna pretty much dictate exactly where my box corner wants to be. Also want to probably get a measurement. Two, 4, 35. Sweet. Seems about right. That's to the long point actually. Right, you could probably, oh yeah. Yep. Got to show the lads how to do it properly. Oh, that looks stunning. Beautiful. Gonna run a little bit of flex fill sealant along the internal corner. Then just along this. Probably not necessary, but. Ooh. What's happening, lads? Early morning start. Sparrow's fart, some may say. I just want to get in here nice and early and smack out some of this insulation. before Cammy Boy comes in, so we can start freaking putting some linings on without him having to touch any of this shit. So let's rip into it. We're going to be using an R2.8 installation. It's just a little bit more than it's probably needed, but that's how I'm feeling. Big days, boys, big days, but we're getting here. Look at this, we're all insulated, a really poo job, but it's absolutely necessary to keep the building cool in summer and warm in winter. That thermal rigidity, eh? So as you can see, we're like 3 pieces of batch short, which sucks so much, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to go grab another bag to finish that off, but we're just about there or thereabouts to start doing some linings. We just need to screw our windows off, I guess, push those in and get them all beautiful so they're hard against the cladding, and then also giving us a flush to the frame. I think I'm gonna go grab a butt plane and we can start putting some ceiling linings in, I guess. All right team, so we're gonna start with the ceilings. Ceilings always go first and then the walls most of the time. And we're gonna stagger our joints because our sheets are only 2.4, so we're gonna start with this one and then stagger our way through, just like that. But what I've done is I've put a reference line along this rafter in order for us to get the sheet up nice. The reason being, if we went hard against the wall and then the next sheet hard against the wall, there might be a slight kink in the sheeting. So when we go to put the next one up, there'll be a gap. So we want to try and keep this line as straight as possible. We're not too worried if there's like a mil or 2 gap along this edge, because the wall ply is going to cover that up. So back it up a bit.
It could come to me, but also it needs to go up in this corner.
Yeah? Pin the damn thing?
Yeah.
So we've come to do this section of wall, and obviously it's not square like this one. It's in playing with the roof. So what I've done is I'm gonna use a level just to get a nice level line all the way through, in order for me to mark the angle that I need to get that nice as tight as possible. So we just level this across. It can be anywhere you want, higher the better. And then of course I want to probably plumb this line up too, so I can get an exact parallel mark. Go like that. I've already measured that one, it was 676. So if I measure this one now, right in line with that, I got 776. Oh, that's easy, 776. So the difference between those two is 100 mil, which I'll go and translate that onto the sheet of plywood. And so I could technically just get an overall measurement here and just add 100 mil to it. So I got, yeah, 70, 84, so if I go 74, 2274, beautiful. If we're gonna go up that way, probably wanna cut this side, or do 274. Just need to, do you want to just check that for level? Pretty hard.
It's in the bubble.
What way did it want to go? Bottom?
To come out, yeah, bottom over.
That looks like here. Bottom plate just proud a bit.
Kicking out.
It's alright, I'll just buzz it. Way nicer. Oh my gosh. Coming together. Beautiful. Alright, now we're pretty much on there or thereabouts, guys. It's pretty epic. We're just going to do some finishing tricks. I'm going to start with the architraves and then I'm going to hit the skirting. So grab my little combination square and I just put a 3mm quirk. Well, we're going to put a 3mm quirk around the outside of this timber jam here. So when we go to nail on our architrave, there's just a little quirk, I guess. It just gives a guide for us to get a nice, straight, beautiful looking quirk. And it also gives us a guide to measure to in these top corners. So do that and then go and cut the damn things. Just using this 60 by 10 single bevel for the skirtings and architraves. As you're working your way around, you just make sure that your mud is really nice. You keep going through. Keep it nice and clean, just in case they want to keep it as is. And then we should just check this one through here. Beautiful. In a situation like this, it sort of doesn't really matter where you start because it's just a cabin, but ideally we like to start in a spot where when we go to put our mitre in place, or our false mitre that is, you can't see it as you walk into the door. So this one's pretty good because you're going to walk in and there's a mitre this way and a mitre this way, but if you were to do it the other way, you would actually be walking in and looking at them, so much of a muchness in this situation actually. Beautiful. Cool little trick if you're just trying to get an accurate measurement. You can come back and mark 400. This is for in between two pieces of timber like that. So 400, and I've got 2991 or 92. 2992. So it's going to be 3192. 3192. Alright, I'm going to chart, eh? This is what we call a false mitre. It's hard to see right here. See that? So it's square all the way up and then just a little leaf on the top pretty much that creates that false mitre look. That's how we pretty much do it all. Should just go in just like that. Beautiful. It is soaking out there. Oh, trying to get these last little bits of trim done. Not crazy. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday, boys. No! Oh, ran out of battery! Freaking joking! Dude, what an end to the bloody camping boom! You guys probably noticed that I put a double quirk in here. That's to extend our jam because we put a cavity on the back there, but Dad's freaking throwing the iron on over there. Hope you guys enjoyed this, learned a lot, and I'll catch you on the next one because that's what we're doing, installing an iron, replacing an old rusty bloody roof. So, yeah boy, smashed it, 4-day freaking cabin build. How about that?